Hi, this is Mrs. Tellas. We're going to do section 3.1 today, which is domain and range, and if something is a function. We're talking about mapping and graph relations. So here we go. All right, so you're going to want to press pause and write these down because these definitions are important. They kind of play to the rest of the chapter. All right, so here we go. The domain is the x value. It is the first number in the ordered pair. So if there's an x value, it'd be first. Okay, first number in the ordered pair or the x. And the range is the y value, or the second number in the ordered pair or the y. So a function, when you have a list of points, a function is where the x cannot be repeated. Okay, the x cannot be repeated. So you can't have more than one x that's the same. Okay, so if we go down next page here, is it a function? Well, let's look. If we state the domain and the range. So is it a function? Well, this is the x because it's the input. And I look at all of these. These are all different, 7, 11, 15, and 9. So this is a function. So yes, a function. And I'm going to abbreviate function f parenthesis x parenthesis. So if I write the ordered pairs, I read them down to up. So the first one would be 7, 5, 11, 7, 15, 7, and 19, 9. And then from there, I can write the domain and the range. So the domain are all the x's. So 7, 11, 15, and 19. And the range would be all the y values. So 5, 7. I can write the 7 twice, or I don't have to. That's up to you. And 9. And yes, it's a function because all the x's are different. Now, you press pause and you do the same thing to this table over here. Okay, so if I write the ordered pairs, so that'd be -2, 1, -4, 2, -5, 3, and -5, 4. So my domain is -2, -4, -5, -5. Okay, and my range are the y values. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and it's not a function because there are two -5s for the x. Okay, so it's not a function. All right, so you can do the same thing. This is called a relation. A relation is a set of ordered pairs. So you really just need to know that in case it says, find the domain in the range of the relation. So a relation is a set of ordered pairs. You should probably write that down so you have that. So as this is just like the tables above. So the domain would be these. So -5, -2, 0, and 0. And the range would be your y values. So 2, 5, 7, and 9. And this is not a function because there are two zeros in the x value. Okay, this is called a mapping. A mapping is just another way of displaying ordered pairs. It's new. We didn't do a mapping in pre-algebra. So when I create this, when I read or interpret this mapping, the first ordered pair is -2, -8. You see the arrow pointing. 0, 0 is my second. 2, 16 is my third. And 4, 8 is my last. You can tell there are 4 arrows, so there are 4 points. Okay, then from here, I can go ahead and do the same thing I have been doing. So my domain is -2, 0, 2, and 4. My range is -8, 0, 16, and 8. And I'm just taking the x's for the domain and the y's for the range. And yes, it's a function because all these x's are different. Okay, so go ahead and press pause and try number 2. It's the exact same thing. Okay, fill this whole thing out. What is it called? Write down the ordered pairs, the domain and the range, and if it's a function. Okay, so this is called a mapping. It's new vocabulary. It's another way of displaying points. So my set would be -7, 16, -1, -2, and 5, 5. Okay, so there's only 3 points because there's only 3 arrows. The domain would be -7, -1, and 5. and the range would be 16, -2, and 5. And yes, it's a function because all the x's are different. So I hope you got that right. Good job. All right, we're going to skip this part. Now we're going to do it from a graph. Okay, so I've got the numbers on the graph so I can figure out each. I think I'm going to go in numerical order, but you don't have to, but I think I will just try to make sure I can get them all. So my first point would be left first, which is -10, and down to -6. So my first point is -10, -6. My second point is left -5 and up 0. The third one is left -2 and up 5. The fourth one is right 4 and up 8. And the fifth one is +4 down -6. So there's my relation or set of ordered pairs. My domain are all the x's, so I just write them down. -10, -5, -2, 4, and 4. Okay, I just wrote down the first value in each ordered pair. And my range are all the y's, so -6, 0, 5, 8, and -6. And this is not a function because there are 2 4s in the domain or in the x. Okay, so it's not a function. All right, the vertical line test, and if you want to press pause and write down the definition, that's a really good idea. It determines if something is a function or it's not a function. So, and that's if you have a picture rather than just points. So what it means is if I can take a vertical line, vertical means up and down, and I can draw the vertical line anywhere on the picture. So if I draw it right here, it only crosses the parabola one time. If I draw it here, only one time. If I draw it here, only one time. So since no matter where I draw it, it only crosses once, yes, this is a function. Okay, so if I do number 2, if I draw the vertical line here, it crosses twice. Okay, since it crosses twice, it's not a function. Okay, so if I draw a line straight through here, it crosses actually 1, 2, 3, 4. If there's anywhere it crosses more than once, it's not a function. It can only cross the picture everywhere one time and be a function. Okay? All right, so press pause and you try these. Determine if they're functions or not, and then I'll do them too. All right, so this is yes, because no matter where I draw it, it is only crosses once. This is yes. Yes, it's a function because no matter where I draw a vertical line, it only crosses once. This one is not a function. Okay, because if I draw a vertical line right on top of the picture, it crosses infinitely. It crosses here and here and here and here and all the points in between those dots forever since it's a line. So this is not a function. Okay, if I do this one, this is yes, because no matter where I draw it, it only crosses once. So this is yes. This one, if I cross right here, yes, it's fine. Once, 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 and once. This is yes also. This one would be not a function because if I cross or draw that line, it crosses 2 times. So if it crosses more than once, it is not a function. All right, real quick, story problem. So I've got this equation here. It says the function y equals -3x plus 12 represents the amount y in fluid ounces of juice remaining in a bottle after you take x gulps. Okay, find the range. Remember, the range is the y of the function given the domain. Remember, the domain is the x. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these and we're going to put them all in for x because they're x. I'm going to make myself a table. So in the table, I put 0, 1, 2, and 3. And I have to plug that in place of x. So I'm going to write y equals -3 times 0 plus 12. So you'll use your calculator and type that in, and you'll get 12. So if I take 0 gulps, I have 12 ounces of juice left. That's what those stand for. So let's do it with the 1. So -3 times 1 plus 12 would be 9. If I take 1 gulp, I have 9 ounces left. If I do it with the 2, so that's 6. And if I do it with the 3, that's 3. Okay, so my range, since it says find the range, would be all the y's. So I would write the range is 12, 9, 6, and 3. That's my answer. So we can even figure out, if we make a prediction, what a 4 would be. If I take 4 gulps, well, you can see this is going down by 3 each time, hopefully. So I bet you can predict what this is. It's 0 because I subtracted 3, subtracted 3, subtracted 3, subtracted 3. So each gulp is equaling taking away 3 each time. Okay, let's see. So the function t equals 19m plus 65 represents the temperature T. So T, this right there, is the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit of an oven preheating for m minutes. So that one is minutes. Okay, so in the question, they're either going to give us a temperature number, like 350 degrees, or so many minutes, and we're going to have to plug it and see what the other variable is. So it says the recipe calls for an oven temperature of 350 degrees. That would be T, because it's temperature. How many minutes will it take? So I take this function and I put 350 in for T. So 19m plus 65. And then we use our solving skills from chapter 1. So we would subtract 65 on both sides, which I think is 285, but let's make sure. Minus 65, yep. And then we would divide by 19. I'm really hoping for a whole number here. Let's see. Yep, it's 15 minutes. So this particular oven will take 15 minutes to get 350 degrees. Okay, and then it says find the range of the function if domain is. Okay, so remember this is x, domain is x. So we're going to put in 10, 15, and 20. And then we're going to use the function we were given. And we're going to plug in. And remember, these are minutes. So they go in right here. So y equals 19 times 10 plus 65. Y equals 19 times 15 plus 65. And y equals 19 times 20 plus 65. And we're looking for the y's. These are our answers. So let's use our calculator. 19 times 10 plus 65 is 255. And if I change it to 15, that's 350. And if I change it to 20, that's 445. Okay, so I found the range. It's right here. So my range is 255, 350, and 445. That would be my answer. Okay, all done. I want you to go ahead and try the worksheet that I have set up for you. And I hope you understand domain and range and if something is a function or not. Thank you.